Welcome to DiRAD Nextphone training. Nextphone allows agents, supervisors, and managers to work from anywhere while maintaining optimal levels of customer service. Our solution only requires a USB headset and the Chrome browser, and our mobile app just requires your Android or iOS mobile phone. In this video, we're going to talk about logging in as a call center supervisor from a remote location, like if you were working from home. First, you're going to need a USB headset with a microphone. You should also be running Chrome as a browser. Web phone will not work unless you are running it on Chrome. On the main login screen, enter your username, which is usually your extension at your domain. Do not enter .com. This throws a lot of people, so make sure you have the username right. Next, enter the password you were given by your supervisor. Let's log in. At the top of your screen, click on the web phone. You might get some introductory stuff, but that's if you are a new user and it's a tutorial. Once your web phone is up, make sure the phone icon in the upper right-hand corner is white. If it is red, you might have problems and should talk to your system administrator. While the web phone is used to make and take calls, it is also used to listen to agent conversations. We'll cover that later in this video. Screen. You'll notice some live statistics on your right. These statistics are constantly updated. You can go to Settings to configure which statistics you are interested in. A lower threshold determines when the metric is approaching a danger zone, such as the number of calls on hold. The upper threshold goes red if the metric exceeds the number set here. Here's an example. Let's say you want to have a yellow warning when your average wait time exceeds 2 minutes. Set your lower threshold to 120 seconds. If you want a red alarm when your wait time exceeds 3 minutes, select 180 seconds for your upper threshold. Then your warnings will go red. Click Save. Let's look at the statistics we have already set up. Calls waiting is green since it is operating within a normal range. However, the average wait time is approaching a critical threshold since it is almost red. Average handling time is the length of time that an agent takes on a call. In our case, we've set that to go red if the handle time goes above 2 minutes. The abandonment rate of 5.6% is still within the acceptable range, so it is green. And calls answer is the total number of calls since the start of the shift. Call volume talks about all the calls that came into your specific queue that you have clicked over here. Let's look at our historic reports. Available reports are selected on a per queue basis. Notice below you can select individual queues or just one queue. By the way, the columns you see in these reports can be configured to show you only the data that you need. Click on Settings to change the view. Agent stats focus on individual agent performance, again with configurable report metrics. Agent availability gives you the ability to look at things like total time logged in and available for calls. Also on this particular report, we have times for lunches, breaks, and meetings. Dialed number reports provide a list of numbers that agents dialed out. Finally, the abandoned report displays a list of callers who hung up while they were in queue and the time they were waiting. In addition, their caller ID is provided so that agents can perform callbacks to salvage the abandons. All reports allow you to download to a CSV file, which can be opened with Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. Back to the main screen, let's check out how to listen to a call in progress. Click here to show active calls. I see one conversation. Hover over the Listen button and click Listen In. We won't listen to this because it's a real conversation. Back on our main screen, we'll look at how we manage agents. There are a couple of ways to do this. One is by selecting the agents in a specific queue. Just click on the number under the agent's idle. Now, click the Edit icon. Here are some things you can do on this screen. You can set the agent's status. If, for example, the agent forgot to log out. You can set the max simultaneous calls that agent receives, although I wouldn't give them much more than 1 or 2 calls at a time. You can set up the individual wrap-up time for that agent. This slider bar helps you determine the number of seconds the agent will be in wrap-up status, enabling them to finish after call work before the next call comes in. Queue priority defines your desire to use the agent. Let's say you have a new agent in training and you don't want them overwhelmed with calls. Here you can set the queue priority to a higher number, so they are the last resort when the queue is filling up. Request confirmation requires the agent to press a key to confirm they received the call, and auto answer releases the call to the agent's headset without the agent having to manually answer the call. Heading back to the main screen, let's look at another way we can edit our agents. Here we can do a number of things, including editing the agent's profile, answering rules, and voicemail. This gives you full control of the agent's configuration. The agent profile allows each agent to be individually configured. This includes personal information, agent direct phone number, and the email to which password resets are sent. Once this screen is set, you'll seldom have to come back here. Also, if there are many agents to configure, you can have your system administrator do a bulk upload of an agent list via CSV file. Answering rules give the supervisor the ability to select options for incoming agent calls. Just click on the Edit button and you can change the features shown here. You may not even need this feature, as agents generally don't get voicemail unless they have a direct extension. DiRAD works with our customers to determine whether this feature is needed, so we'll skip over this. Now over to voicemail. Agents can use voicemail if their extension or 10-digit number is dialed directly. Otherwise, agents in the queue do not utilize the voicemail feature. If you are using agent voicemail, there are several configurations you can make on the screen on behalf of the agent. The Call Queue screen allows you to edit several features of a specific queue. Click on the queue to configure. The queue configuration is usually performed by DiRAD, but I'll review it briefly here. You'll see on the Basic tab some options for call distribution, call recording, and statistics. Again, if you need anything changed in this section, let us know and we'll take care of it. Pre-queue options are where you can change the behavior of the call flow before it gets to the agent. Require agents set to yes means that calls won't be sent to the queue unless there is at least one agent logged in. Require intro message on hold is a feature that ensures callers hear the complete introductory message before being transferred to an available operator. If this is set to no, calls will be sent directly to agents as soon as they are available, even if they're in the middle of the introductory message. The max expected wait time is the maximum expected wait time before the queue is considered full and will not accept new calls. The max queue length is the number of callers in the queue before it is considered full and will not accept further calls. The Allow Callback option determines whether you want to offer automatic callback to callers in the queue so they don't have to hold on the call. Forward if unavailable allows you to designate an alternate number if the queue is full or otherwise unavailable. This is good to use when the queue is experiencing higher than normal call flow and you wish to direct your calls to a different service. In-queue options allow you to fine-tune the behavior of calls after they are released to your agents. Queue ring timeout is how long the queue will attempt to ring agents before taking an exit option. Agent ring timeout is the number of rings to an agent before moving on to the next available agent. For example, this function is triggered when an agent walks away from their workstation without logging out. Logout agent on missed call is related to the agent ring timeout. If an agent cannot be reached, this option allows you to automatically log the agent off the system. This takes the agent out of consideration so that subsequent calls do not attempt to reach the unavailable agent. Forward if unanswered allows you to send calls to an alternate number if no agents respond to the call. And finally, voicemail is for queue voicemail. For example, you could allow callers to leave a message rather than waiting in the queue. Call history allows you to review historic data for each agent in your call center. To see the calls of another agent, simply select that agent and provide a date range. The call history provides to and from caller ID, call duration, and the recording of each call that you can download or listen to. Thank you for staying awake during our call center supervisor training. As always, if you need anything or have further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Have a good day.